Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up the red flags have been flying left, right, and center in Summer and Kyle's brewing custody battle on Young and Restless, and they haven't even made it to the courtroom. Yet, however, it's not what could potentially happen in front of the judge that concerns us. No, someone involved has just crossed a dangerous line. And the scariest part is that no one appears to have noticed. Summer's coming off as a little unhinged, particularly when it comes to Audra. She wants to keep Kyle's former lover far away from her son, but what she doesn't realize is that Tucker's prodigy wants nothing to do with the kid and hasn't been anywhere near him. Of course, the audience knows this and Kyle knows this, but Summer does not. That's where soap stories can get a little ridiculous. All it would have taken for Kyle to fix this is to tell Summer about his meeting with Audrey last week, in which she stopped him from even showing her a cute photo of Harrison. She's just not that into kids. Instead, Kyle and Summer's attempt at a truce fell apart after she demanded he cut ties with Audra, and rather than share new information with her, the hot-headed Abbott stormed off, declaring, "See you in court," with their fighting showing no signs of simmering down, and Harrison caught in the middle. Another character has become increasingly concerned, and we're not talking about one of Kyle and Summer's parents who have been scrapping amongst themselves. We're talking about Harrison's nanny, Claire, Victoria's daughter. Having seen the toll the fighting is taking on her young charge, has become increasingly protective of him, so much so that when her grandmother Nikki lobbed a very tempting job offer in her direction, she turned it down to stay on as Harrison's nanny because she was so concerned about the effects of the custody battle on the kid. That's all very sweet, but in Claire's case it's also hella concerning. Why, while she's been doing great since transforming from a pot person trained to kill Newmans to an actual Newman, let's be honest, Victor pulled her out of inpatient therapy too soon because he needed to use her in one of his schemes. This means there's a very high probability of instability where Claire is concerned, and she just crossed a dangerous line. What line is that? Well, she's become too close to Harrison Abbott. She's become way too invested in a child that is not hers, considering what was done to her in her own childhood by Jordan. The boy's distress could trigger some things and even send CLA back to the dark side in a misguided bid to save Harrison from his own parents. Unfortunately, it's bound to happen because nobody close to her or the situation seems to see the potential problem with Claire's growing attachment to Harrison, including Summer, who was so worried about her before. Making matters worse, Jack has pushed Claire to get more immersed by talking to Kyle, and Victoria is indulging her possible crush on Harrison's dad. It's a free for all of no boundaries and line crossing. Yes, sir. There are red flags everywhere in this situation, and not a soul seems to see where it could be leading. Say perhaps Cole, who at least made an attempt to talk his daughter into leaving the nanny position to go back to school.